Awesome stereo sound, a 4.5-inch great display, an interesting design, and even dual SIM functionality. This is the Desire 600, HTC's new device that is even more affordable than the HTC One, but brings some of its features like the Sense 5.0 interface. And now we're taking a deeper look at it. This is Victor for PhoneArena, and let's take a look at the HTC Desire 600. White glossy plastic, that's what the design of the Desire 600 is all about. You can see the Beats audio here, the phone does come with it, and you see this interesting accent where the 8-megapixel camera is located. But it's not just about the plastic actually, it's a mixture of elements. On the sides, the handset features this aluminum framing, and on top you have stereo speakers painted in gorgeous red. If you like this combination of colors, the Desire 600 will definitely amaze you. What's more, it has a 4.5-inch display of great quality. It's not very sharp at only 540 by 960 pixels resolution, but it still features very nice popping colors that are vivid, look extremely nice, viewing angles are terrific, and the display is bright enough to use in direct sunlight. The Desire 600 runs on Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, and on top of that comes the HTC Sense 5.0 skin. This is a custom UI that we've seen on handsets like the HTC One, and brings a nice amount of new features in the gallery and so on, and of course some new applications by HTC that it has bundled in addition to the stock ones by Google. We have the HTC Mail application, the calendar, notes, and HTC's browser, as well as the new music applications, and of course others are on board as well. In terms of functionality, the skin is pretty clean, modern, works fairly well, except for that small lag that is present all throughout. You can see the keyboard here, it's easy and quick to type on it, and it has this predictive dictionary. And in terms of the phone book, that's how it looks like. You swipe left or right between taps, and of course it supports dual SIM, so you can assign different contacts to a different SIM card. The same goes for data as well. In terms of the actual performance of this device, it's definitely not a beast. It features Qualcomm Snapdragon 200 processor, and right here we fired the Antutu synthetic benchmark, and we got a score of around 11,000, which is right around the average and even below that. You can definitely see that the handset feels underpowered. There is a slight hint of lag all throughout the menus. On other benchmarks like graphics benchmark or the Vellamo scores are also pretty average, and that's because of the graphics card. Here we have Adreno 203 and 1 gig of RAM. In terms of internet connectivity, the Desire 600 supports both Wi-Fi and 3G speeds. It does not support 4G LTE. You have two browsers on board, the stock HTC One that we have open right here. It supports various options. It's pretty rich in terms of options. It even has desktop view and flash player that you can enable or disable. And your other option is Google's Chrome browser that is also preloaded on the device. The actual performance of the browser is pretty smooth, and you can scroll and zoom around effortlessly. The handset features an 8-megapixel camera, and that is not an ultra-pixel camera like the one in the HTC One. Here we have a simple autofocus 8-megapixel camera and a 1.6-megapixel front shooting camera. It supports options like night mode, HDR, and sweep panorama, as you can see right here. Of course, it supports some nice filters that you can add for a vintage effect or for some other effect that you can apply to your images. Unfortunately, still images captured on this device are way below average or average at best. The detail is scarce, and the colors look way overblown and not realistic at all. But it's still good for sharing those images on the web or on social services. In terms of video, you get 720p video recording at around 24 frames per second, and it features has the same issues actually. One nagging issue in video recording is that there is a lot of noise. Even when you record in broad daylight, there's still a lot of noise in the captured footage. There is one thing we absolutely adore about the Desire 600, and that's its media playback capabilities. It comes with a bright and vivid 4.5-inch display, but its biggest asset, in our opinion, is the stereo speakers. We have two very loud, very clear stereo speakers that deliver deep and rich sound that is one notch above the average smartphone. You can hear it right here as we play back this XVID clip.
This handsome fellow is Dr. Cockroach, PhD. I'm not a quack and a mad scientist. Oh dear.
Definitely hear that oomph in the sound, and since the speakers are on the front, even when your device is laying like that on its back, sound does not get muffled, which is one great plus. Call quality is of paramount importance for any handset, but for a dual SIM device like the Desire 600, it's of an even bigger importance, and that's why we're happy to report that the earpiece is loud and clear, and on our side of the line we could hear our callers pretty clearly, and likewise on the other end of the line our callers reporting hearing our voices just slightly bit muffled, but pretty loud in their natural tones, easy to comprehend. Peel back the rear cover of the Desire 600 and you'd find this gorgeous Ferrari red undertones right here, and the Desire 600 comes with a 1800 milliamp hour battery, plenty of juice that will easily last you around a day and a half of average use, and even sometimes 2 days. Finally, is it worth buying the Desire 600? The device is all about compromise. It offers the pretty unique function of dual SIM dual active that has both your SIM cards active at the same time. But on the other hand, it also features a pretty sluggish Snapdragon 200 processor. It has a great display, but its camera is not so good. It also has the amazing stereo speakers that have almost the same quality of stereo sound like the one on the HTC One. So it definitely has a lot of positive things going on about it, but there are some pretty strong alternatives out there. The Samsung Galaxy S4 Mini, for instance, is also offered in a dual SIM version and it does not lag at all. So if you're a performance geek, that might be a better option. And for more options and a detailed review of the Desire 600, make sure to check out PhoneArena.com. For now, thanks for watching.